What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's book review is going to be The War of Art, subtitle Breaking Through the Blocks and Win Your Inner Creative Battles. So this book has been probably the most reread book for me. I try to come back to it at least once a year. I have the hard copy, but if you want the audio version, there's a link down below where you can get your first audiobook for free. And the book is only a 2.5 hour listen, so this is a really quick listen. It's also a quick read. The way it's written is a lot of just smaller blocks of text, which is nice. It's not written like a dialogue, or it's not written like a novel. So the main thing that this book is going to tell you or remind you is what the author calls resistance, and how that resistance is going to try and keep you from creating anything, how it's going to stop you from finishing your creation. So if you think about it, when you're trying to build an app, when you're trying to do code, when you're trying to learn code, there's always something that kind of comes up. There's something that is keeping you from doing this every day, and there's something that's keeping you from really getting to the next level always. So a lot of what he talks about is kind of being a professional, and being a professional in your creative work, which is not as easy as just going and working your professional job. It's a bit different. There's two quotes I would like to read, and the first one is, "The more important a call or action is to your soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel towards pursuing it." So to me, that's really powerful, because what that's essentially saying is the more that you're feeling pushed to procrastinate, and the more you're feeling, the more time you're spending just on YouTube watching random videos versus doing your actual work, it means that thing that you're supposed to be doing, that thing that you're supposed to be learning or building or creating, is so much more important to you than you can imagine. Because the fact that you're procrastinating during that, and being kind of resisting doing that, is itself telling you that you need to be doing that to essentially evolve your soul. So that is probably my favorite quote of the whole book. Over the past 2 months, I've been feeling like strong resistance for everything on this channel and finishing this app. And I feel like part of that is because the app is now kind of to a point where it's very close to being that version 1. It's very close to being launched. And so that resistance is like hitting me as hard as possible now. I mean, like literally that resistance is hitting me as hard as possible now, because if I don't launch the app, that is good for the resistance in a way, like the resistance of my creative project. Because if I do launch the app, that means that's like the next step to getting it. Like getting it live is essentially, in a way, reaching a major milestone in this project. The book will tell you more about how to watch for that resistance and how to kind of deal with it. The main way that you deal with it is essentially, like, based on what the book says, the main way you deal with it is just like sitting down every day and doing the work. So like basically getting a schedule and saying, like, between 7 and 8 o'clock, I'm always just sitting here, and I'm always like, I sit here between 7 and 8 o'clock, and that is the time that I'm going to work on this project I'm working on. So I'll finish this with a final quote. What counted was that I had, after years of running from it, actually sat down and done the work. So that is what we all need to be doing. Stop running from doing the work. We need to stop procrastinating. We need to get off YouTube. Unless you're using YouTube in a way to learn, which is essentially what this whole channel is about. I know myself, I spend way too much time on YouTube watching things that I do not need to be watching. But then other times I'm on YouTube and I'm watching things that are furthering me and helping me, and I'm learning from. So be mindful of what you're doing with your time, because you only have that time as a currency, essentially. So use that time to be, buying things for your future, investing in your future by learning things and building things that can open doors for you, open new opportunities for you. And that is what I think building an app can do. And if you're here watching this, then probably that is what you also think. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I highly recommend this book. Definitely check out the links below for the hard copy as well as the Audible version. All right, ciao for now.